Okay, you too. Woman Crush Wednesday up in this bed.
Loving it.
All
Go
right,
it,
all right, all
go
right.
POP. Go POP. Blazing the track.
Okay. Yeah. I'm telling you, I love that man. I'm off screen backstage and I'm like, it's a vibe. It's a vibe. And I promise, I have to be fair, I have to check out his other tracks. We got Haran DeMarco. Next Block Talent Battle will be playing 10 minutes of his music. Got the most talented friends, okay? Got the most talented team, and I'm proud of these guys. So I want to make sure I showcase them, right? To anyone who's watching me, should be watching the team. Keep your eyes on the team. Please follow my team support. We got some real talent here. We're going to keep bringing you bigger and better things. But show
That's right.
business, we can't talk about it, right? Until the ink is dry. But I'm so proud of these guys. And to be fair, I have to listen to POP's other music. It's like when I get fixated on a song, I'm like, that's the one. But he did send me some other stuff. So I'll be sharing. If you guys want to be someone on the block that, whose music is showcased, hit me on the block with Jen at Gmail. So with that said, hi Lily.
Hello, beautiful. How are you?
T. I'm good. I'm good. I want to welcome everyone to another episode of On the Block with Jen. If you're here for your first time, hit that like and subscribe. You're going to like it here. It's going to hurt sometimes, but you're going to like it here. If you want to support the show today or say a comment with your chest, hit that Cash App on the block with Jen or super chat me in the chat. We will pull your comments up here, make it front and center, and we will dissect it. Of course, anyone is welcome on the panel, long as you're showing your face, because we don't argue with avatars here, okay? You can hide on other channels and other platforms. You can't hide here. We all say it with our face. We expect you to as well. But you are welcome to come up. The link is in the chat and I will pin it to the top. You guys can come up, rebut, argue. I have a funny feeling this topic tonight is gonna pinch a lot of nerves. I have very strong opinions about it, and other people have strong opinions about it the other way. So hopefully this will be a good argument, a good debate. Yesterday's show was absolutely phenomenal. Okay, the opinions last night were absolutely phenomenal. The differences were phenomenal. Great show last night. So let's repeat it for the folks. Let's see what happens. Lily, please let these people know where they can stalk you.
Well, if you're looking to stalk me and not get the police called on you, the best place is at YB Limited. That's the letter Y, the letter B, the word limited. YB Limited. All right. So you can find me at Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and the other one, TikTok. You can find me there as well. And in addition to that, you can find us all here every Saturday at 8 p.m. on the block for the Block Talent Battle. Now, if you're new here, you might be wondering, what is the Block Talent Battle? I'm glad you asked because I'm going to go ahead and let you know. What it is a talent show for people to come up and showcase their talent. And we're talking about any talent that is not going to get us banned from YouTube. All right. So if you sing, dance, act, if you pole dance, if you play the spoons, whatever it is that you do, come on out and compete for $100. It's a cash prize that is going to be voted on by the audience. So don't even start sucking up to me and Jen, all right? Because the only thing we're going to be doing, we're going to be judging, but we're not able to vote. That is going to be up to the audience. So those are the people that you need to suck up to, as well as your family and friends. So if you owe your niece $20, give her that $20 and tell her to come out and support you, okay? And that's how you can get your $100 cash prize. Now, if you want to get more than one vote, because each person gets one vote apiece. But if they want to vote more than once, what they'll have to do is send it through a super chat, and each dollar is worth a vote. So that's how you do it. Come on out this and every Saturday. We would love to see you.
Yes,
How long are
indeed.
we
Yes,
on
indeed.
for? Next couple hours, Justin.
Yep. You got time. You got time. What?
Okay, I was
Hold
trying
on
to
one
figure out
second.
what your
Hold
look
on
was
one
given.
second.
Okay. I was trying to figure out what her look was given. And I'm not that good with movies and TV, but I'm thinking it's Tomb Raider realness.
What
Is
look?
that
What look? Whose look?
your look? I'm talking about you behind
Oh
your back.
yeah, yeah. know I like me
Tomb
some
Raider
Tomb Raider.
realness.
So yes,
Yeah, is that
yes,
what it is?
that's
Okay,
my girl.
because I'm not that good with movies and TV, so I was like trying to
The,
figure out.
the Puerto Rican Tomb Raider. Instead of the gun, she has two machetes on the side. I love me some Tomb Raider.
Right. Yes. I mean,
Absolutely,
but
I will take that.
when going back to this again, and I'm only going to
Wait
say
a
this
minute.
with
Did
this
I
this
fucking
particular.
I freaking created a banner and it's gone now? What the just
Oh, the
created a
banner for
banner? What?
tonight. Oh, this
Yeah. Yeah,
communist.
continue. Here's no saying he's knocking. Let me let him up.
What's up, no saint?
Hello, hello.
Hello. Are
How's
you
everybody
eating?
doing? Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Not yeah.
No
I'm just having caramel.
no
Oh,
saint is
okay.
working that haircut, all right? No
I
saint is
know. I
working
like
that
that
haircut.
haircut.
Oh, thank you.
I'm
Okay.
here for it.
Okay.
I would say sign me up, but yeah. I'm over the hair thing. I give you hair 2 days a week for the show, and I
Yeah.
snatch my own wig right after the show. Okay. I just don't, it. I used to have long hair, and I used to be very
hmm
attached to my hair. But and then I don't know. That's a story of how I ended up doing the bald thing. It wasn't by choice originally, but
hmm
then I got spoiled. I got lazy, and I'm like, eh. And then it kind of became my signature. I was like, oh, this worked out perfectly. Okay,
hmm
because it already takes me
I
like 5 hours to get dressed.
yeah, man, hair is a bitch, man, but it is what it is.
It is what it
Um,
is.
all right. You told Mr. Justin, right? We'll be on for like 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. It's time to get it in. I mean, so we got a couple of things that are on the docket tonight. We got a few
Got some
people.
interest got some interesting things. There was some developments in the trash port bros, and we want to cover that tomorrow. I didn't have time to get
Oh,
the video and all of that going on, but we will talk about it tomorrow. Very interesting updates on the trash port bros. We will cover them mañana. Juicy shit, but
okay.
not tonight. Tonight, I think we got a full plate with Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade. And we will discuss that. Chat,
Hmm.
hold me down. You already know what time it is. Lily, I did want to discuss. It's prom season. This is just random. It's just random. It's prom season. What happened to our kids? What happened to the kids? I remember when we were young, we were at that age, right? We were smiling in pictures, happy to be there, right? These kids are in the floor length gown, standing in front of Rolls Royce, and everybody's giving resting bitch face. Everybody's Jay-Z and Beyonce. I'm like, you're 18. What are you miserable about? I noticed that now, where even in weddings, like what's her name? Richie. I don't know
Nic-
the first name, but Lionel Richie's daughter.
Nic- oh, Nicole Richie.
Not Nicole, the biological
This
daughter.
the other one. Okay, yeah, I don't know her name.
Yes. Okay, well, the biological one just got married, and everybody was roasting her in the comments. And you can go find out for yourself, audience. But she just got married. Lionel Richie's biological daughter just got married, and her pictures, she was getting roasted in the comments because her pictures look miserable. Everybody looks miserable, and I'm like, was the photographer like everybody resting bitch face? Like she looks miserable, the man looks miserable, and it's picture after picture after picture. I was like, what? Everybody's just trying to look so like this
Hmm.
is the life. And even the prom pictures I've seen, everybody's like, this is the life. Like everybody looks fucking miserable. I guess they think they're giving like, yeah, this is fashion. And I'm like, they ran with it. Just horrible pictures, horrible prom pictures. Like I would think you want to look back on your prom and your wedding, and it's like, hey, it's the happiest day of my life, and everybody's smiling, everybody's
Right.
giving this. Everybody is a
Yeah.
wedding, prom. What is going on?
There's a
Okay.
few things going on here. I mean, first of all, a lot of them are miserable. I mean,
I
the
didn't consider
depression.
that. You're probably right.
I, I'm just saying the depression rate amongst teens does not look the same as when we were growing up at all.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
it was so funny. My mom, she had called me one day, and she was talking about something, and she had me laughing because I mean it was not funny, but my sense of humor is very morbid, and so
Mm-hmm.
she was like, you. I asked, oh, I know what it was. I was asking her had she talked to somebody, and they're in that
Mm-hmm.
age group, and she was like, yeah, I tried to call her, but she didn't answer. She said, but I'll just give her time to call me back. She's probably depressed this week or something. I don't know, because
Mm-hmm.
she said, how this age group is. They're just depressed every other week, and
Yeah.
and the way she said it was just so nonchalant, like like that's just how it is, right? Like they're just
Yeah.
depressed. And I'm
Yes.
like, damn. She said it really matter of fact because it's matter of fact.
Everybody is fucking. Everybody is Wednesday. Everybody is Wednesday from the Addams family. Everybody. My world is a dark room. My world is a dark place. Life is so horrible. Everybody's like the whole world. Oh my god. I'm like, lighten up. Life is short. You should not be 18 looking like you have a fucking mortgage and 5 kids in your prom pictures.
Right.
There's the prom
But
picture. No. I hate being around people with that aura. I don't care what age you are, honey. Live, honey. Live.
but most of them do sit in a dark room. No, seriously, no tea, no shade. Most of them really do sit around in a dark room, and then they'll turn up.
Horrible, no.
Am I lying? No, saying
No, you're not lying.
Let's
yeah, and then
go
they'll
out to
turn the lights
the
on to do a TikTok video, and they'll turn the lights back off. They'll literally turn the lights on and be like, "Oh my god, hey, I'm so much fun!" Yeah.
No. Listen,
Lights back off. Edit.
I will fight tooth and nail with the youngins in my family. So that's not the case. Like that's horrible. I hate those pictures. I loathe those big, like beautiful gowns, Rolls Royces, glitter.
I
What is
know.
that? It's fucking annoying. It's fucking annoying.
We were
Uh,
so fabulous at my prom. Oh,
yes, POP. You don't want to know what I wore to my. We graduated from what I think is 6th grade. We had a little ceremony. I showed up in a fucking Tweety Bird t-shirt that went down to my knees with yellow stockings and white. Yeah, I'm that girl. Like I'm like fuck you and your formalities.
I
Okay, fuck
love
you
it.
all. I'm serious. Like I have pictures. Like just ugh. Anyway, POP. Yes, some seems like people need to loosen up and stop taking themselves so seriously. And I think that's what it is. A lot of people just taking themselves really, really seriously. You're standing in front of Rolls Royce, but still need a fucking lift to the mall. Pipe down, Junior. Pipe down. Okay,
Right.
pipe down. The Rolls Royce goes back, and
Yeah.
you still need a lift to the mall with your friends, like in front of the
And
Rolls.
it's the other thing too. I own the YB Limited Glam team in Atlanta, and this is our busiest time of the year.
Of
So I've been
course,
dealing with
yes.
all of those calls, and I've watched me and because my team has been with me pretty much since the beginning. So we've done this together this whole time, and we were discussing this yesterday on how different we've seen the kids become each and every year. They're different. Like it's
Mm.
been we've seen it edge up to what it is today. Like we saw them when we first started it back in 2013. They were very vibrant, very talkative, what you expect the
Mm-hmm.
teen to be, right?
Right.
And then each year they became more quiet, more introverted, less talkative, more attitude, very diva
Right.
like. Yeah,
Everybody
it's
got
very
long
it's
nails and yeah, it's sad. It's sad because if they start out like that at age 17, 18, 19, it's downhills from there, baby. Like the older you get, the more your body ages, the slower you get. So it's like they're literally aging faster, way
yeah,
faster than we did, right? So it's like even if you watch the TikTok videos and you see, oh look, mother and daughter dancing, the mother always looks more vibrant and healthier than the daughter. That I mean, we're seeing it in real time.
yes. Oh,
Interesting,
what got me
interesting.
was that firstborn challenge that they did on Facebook really tripped
Mm-hmm.
me out. I
Mm-hmm.
was like, ooh, ooh,
Yeah,
like,
yeah. We're
wow.
good luck to them. Good luck. If they think they're not smiling at 18, wait till 45 and 50 hit with that attitude. Shit. All right. YOLO people, YOLO. Shit. Something interesting came across my timeline. You were gonna say, Lily?
Oh no, I was about to say actually, you were talking about the senior prom. Some of these are the eighth grade proms that we've done, and some of them walking looking like somebody's mama with 3 kids for the eighth grade
No.
prom. I
No,
can send you some pictures after the show. You'll be like, this is not somebody's eighth grader. Uh
no.
huh.
And I would
Yeah.
believe you. Poor babies, poor babies. Lord, get the babies outside before you lose them for good. Something interesting came across my timeline, and I love the salacious headlines. It says Prince Harry and his wife Meghan Markle were in a near catastrophic paparazzi chase for 2 hours. Cue Princess Diana.
Right.
They were being chased for 2 hours. I don't know, Lily. I think in order for you to be chased, you got to be running, yeah?
Right.
Hey?
Couldn't they just pull into the nearest police station or something? Like,
Yeah. I mean,
what are they
that
chasing us
2 hour
to?
chase, we're talking OJ and shit. Where are you going for 2 hours? Are you circling the United Kingdom? Fuck you
That's
going
what
for
I was
two
like,
hours?
cross state lines, or what are we doing
Yeah,
here?
what
So
is going
dramatic.
on? Very, very dramatic. But I was like, hey, Meghan Markle may get her Princess Diana moment. Before she met Prince Harry and pretended she didn't know about him, her college friends made sure to reveal, oh no, she loved Princess Diana. She had Princess Diana books in the dorm. She was all about Princess Diana. But we know the story is Meghan Markle was like, geez, I had no idea who he was. Oh my God, you have money? You're a royal? Oh
Oh,
gosh. I just
oh
thought you was a redheaded dude from down the block. She gave us that spiel and people believed it. Well, nobody in the UK believed it, but we were
wow.
like,
No,
all right, all right. So it says here, I was like, oh God, all right. Because they're trying to paint her the next Princess Diana because she's so humble and nice and she hugs the poor, right? Like Princess Diana did. And that's a no. We're not supposed to touch the commoners when you're a royal. But
right.
apparently, Princess Diana was all about the commoners. So it says here the relentless pursuit lasting over 2 hours resulted in multiple near collisions. Other drivers on the road, pedestrians, and two NYPD New York Police Department officers. Meghan had received and awarded a ceremony earlier that evening with both Harry and her mother in attendance. While leaving, they got into an SUV followed by police. Apparently, that's when the chase happened. So this wasn't even in the UK. This was in New York. They chased them around for 2 hours. The plot
Hold on.
thickens.
Chase them or just sat in traffic for 2 hours? Because I
Right.
mean, that could
New
take up your
York.
2 hours right there.
Right. New York traffic. Ain't nobody chasing nobody. The cops give up. The cops are like, fuck it. Let them go. We can't get through this shit.
This makes more sense now. They were just sitting in traffic for 2 hours.
I mean, really, last night the Duke and Duchess of Sussex and Ms. Ragland were involved in a near catastrophic car chase at the hands of a ring of highly aggressive paparazzi. It was just horrible scene. Like, oh,
They're
fucking
playing
bite
on our
me.
Diana trauma. Like,
Yes.
what do
Oh my
you?
God, that's what it is. That's what it
That's
is.
all they're doing. The
Yes.
wording is so meticulous. Like they're using the wording very carefully and picking and choosing it to play on our Diana heartstrings.
Shame, shame, shame on them. You guys know we had a couple episodes and we have to revisit because this isn't going anywhere. The AI situation. Tom Hanks says something really interesting this
Mm.
week. Tom Hanks says he'd be open to appear in movies after death with AI technology and deep fakes. Okay. Now that's interesting. We're talking about a Hollywood A-lister. So these motherfuckers are insisting of going on forever, even after death, with these AI and deep fakes. So we can keep going to the movies and seeing Tom Hanks or Tom Cruise and what have you. It's like, pass the fucking torch. No, I don't think that you're worthy of 5 more generations of my family going to see your ass in a fucking film. Fuck off, Tom Hanks and the rest of you. Pass the torch. There are younger actors out there that are really, really good, that deserve a shot, that don't have to be pushed aside because your fucking hologram wants to be in a movie 10 decades from now. Fuck off. Who's allowing this? Which keeps the
We're
generational wealth in
starting
their
this.
family. Assholes.
We're
I
starting
pass
this.
the mic. No,
I
Well,
got
honey,
so
no
much to
thing.
say. This is a whole episode worth of. I have
It
what
is.
to say about this.
Well,
And we'll
It's a whole
revisit.
episode.
I
Yeah.
once when I was dating a actress, theater actress, um, asked, like, I was like, they keep on putting these actors in movies. Don't you think people want to see other people? And she was like, no, they don't. They want to see the same actor. So when you were saying that, I was like, that would be interesting. Like, Jack Nicholson, no longer is doing any kind of movies or anything. I said, that would be interesting to actually. I understand what you're saying. And then when you talked about, 10 generations down, I was like, it's kind of like composers back in the 1700s that music is still being played today. It's not really, but I'm just saying. I started thinking, I'm like, that's kind of fascinating. I know what you're saying though as well. Like, there's going to be a lot of new up and coming actors that are going to be as good as the ones that are no longer acting or the ones that die. I don't know. That's interesting.
So let me rebut. Let me
Yeah.
rebut because what you're saying is valid. We're still listening to Beethoven and Bach, right? We're still listening to them. However, they had their era, and we're well aware it was the era. And when we feel like listening to Beethoven, when we feel like listening to the Four Tops of the Temptations, we do that. We go back there. It's like, I want to listen to this. I want to listen to. That's different than these people sticking themselves in every generation as the voice of that generation, right? Our artists, our singers, our actors, our painters, they're all a part of every single generation. So now you're going to steal the environment and the times of the coming generations because for Tom Hanks, old ass wants to be in a film. He wants to be starring a film 10 decades from now. It's fucked up. It's fucked up.
I know what you're saying. I wouldn't want it as like this is the mainstream actors that are in every movie. I don't know if I wouldn't mind seeing it once in a while. And I say this because, like, you can probably go, and I may end up trying this. You can probably go into the Chat GPT right now and say compose music in the style of Beethoven, and it might come up with. I mean, I'm sure it'll come up with a totally new orchestra that has that flavor to it. I'm like, when you just said that, I was thinking that would be kind of fascinating just to see what Chat GPT would do to compose music like Beethoven.
I mean, Chat GPT, it's like a video game, right? It's like, oh, let's have fun. Let's see what happens. Black and white TV. See what the fuck it spits out. That's fine. But I just think we have to be careful. Like, everything is getting so convoluted and so fucked up with this shit. Like, I think it would be fun to see a James Dean, right? In a movie up to that. It would be fun, but it's like right. But the way this is going, I am not liking it. Our kids are fucked up as it is, right? And again, our music, our films, our painters, our composers, they were a sign of the times, of that time. They're telling a story of that particular era, you know what I mean, in our lives. It's like these kids, I disagree with your theater actress X. I like the artists from my age, right? And what molded the soundtrack to my life. I don't think it's fair to the future generations that we shoved Tom Hanks down their throat as well. It's not there. Like, we're all going to be bumping into each other. Yeah, we're all going to be bumping into, and not only that, these guys, someone like a Tom Hanks, for instance, he has left a myriad. I mean, a library of shit from his teenage years to his old ass years. Like, how much more do you want? Like, you're an asshole. You're a narcissistic asshole. I mean, decades of work he's left, decades of it. So if you want to go back, if you are an actor, and we study the greats, right? Everybody studies the greats in whatever genre there is. You can go back and watch 155 Tom Hanks movie. My grandson doesn't have to know who the fuck you are. Fuck off, Tom Hanks. But I digress.
And in addition to that too, right? This is what people don't understand. When something is not as accessible and more rare, it makes it more valuable and more right. So if you have like 1,000 Tom Hanks running around doing 1,000 things, it's no longer special anymore. And that's what people fail to realize. See, we are such a gluttonous country. We want more and bigger and Hence why we're so fucking depressed now, because we don't have nothing else
Too much.
left. It's too
Too much. Too
much.
much.
We're overly stimulated. Like, we don't know how to just let things naturally be and
Mm-hmm.
naturally progress, and let
Mm-hmm.
new people come in and bring
Mm-hmm.
their
Hmm.
style from their generation and their thought
Absolutely.
process, because each generation is going to have a whole different perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I like. I like the natural progression of things,
Mm-hmm.
but the progression of things, um, as of now, nothing's very natural anymore. The
And
people aren't
think
natural.
right,
Ew.
and think it's going to be yet another women for a win again. Someone said for the elites, for the powers that be. That means that Tom Hanks would get to keep his wealth and his family for many, many, many generations. Because when he's long gone, 3 generations from him now, let's say he dies tomorrow, if they use his AI or his deep fake, that money has to go to his estate,
Hmm.
right? If
Yeah.
Tom Hanks does a blockbuster film and he's dead 3 generations ago, the money's going to go to his family. It's going to continue going to his family. So no, I call BS on that.
And
Um,
whoever owns his likeness.
correct. Hi, Snap. Welcome.
What's good? How you doing?
Doing really good. Have you been up here before?
I have not. I
Okay,
have not.
so welcome, welcome, welcome to the block. You literally pulled up. You're in a car.
I'm in a truck, actually.
Oh, you're in a
You know
truck.
what I
Okay.
mean? I'm in a
Can,
truck.
are you safe though to drive and be
Oh,
on the?
absolutely. I'm looking
Okay.
at the road right now, so
Okay, gotcha.
but
Before
you're looking
I,
out on the concern. I appreciate the concern for real though.
okay, yeah, because we're really concerned. We want you safe. Okay.
I heard that.
Um, do you have anything to add to the discussion so far, or shall I continue?
So, all I know is I came in on Tom Hanks thing, but I saw the title talking about 50-50 with Gabby Union.
Yes.
What is she referring to? What are we doing 50-50 on? Like,
Okay. Before we go there, let me just cover one more
okay.
story. Haran DeMarco, thank you so much for the super chat. Haran DeMarco says, yes, no saint, you can do that with Chat GPT in regards to Beethoven. I've done it. It was cliche as hell. You better off knowing music theory. Yeah, it's all going to be,
Mm.
it's all going to be, I have a feeling that everything Chat GPT spits out, like I said before, is not going to have passion behind it. It's going to be like the great value of whatever it is that you, it's like home cooking and then McDonald's, but both of them feed you, right? Um, I did want to segue really quickly. Although Lily, I agree, the whole Tom Hanks and AI thing, it's a topic alone. But I did want to segue into Montana has become the first state to completely ban TikTok. Completely
Yes.
ban
Yes.
TikTok. Okay,
Word,
completely banned, and I was so happy to hear that. It said it is reported that
word.
it is reported that Montana has become the first state in America to completely ban TikTok. It is reported that after the state's governor signed the controversial law into order, it will more than likely be challenged. On Wednesday, Montana Governor Greg Gianforte signed the country's first law restricting residents from downloading the Chinese-based app TikTok. It is called Senate Bill 419 and will go into effect on January 1st, 2024. SB 419 was passed the Montana Senate 3020, then cleared the Montana House 5443 on April
Mm.
14th. It says here, once the law goes into effect next year, the Montana Department of Justice warns that it will be able to fine app stores or even ByteDance, which is TikTok's parent company, $10,000 for each violation, plus $10,000 for each day that the violation continues. Since the news broke, the company has released a statement saying the ban infringes on the First Amendment rights of the people of Montana. Montana said, fuck off.
That is BS.
What do you think?
Oh,
What do you
BS.
think,
really?
Stat? Is BS?
No, what's BS is them saying it's an infringement on free speech. That's not what it is. What
Okay.
they're doing is they're shutting down a platform. You have other avenues of free speech. You got Twitter, you got YouTube, you got other. They're not telling people they can't speak. They're just shutting down the app itself, right? They're banning the app.
Right.
They're not saying. people can't speak.
Right. Correct.
I don't like when people conflate stuff like that. Nah, TikTok is trash anyway. It's not
Absolutely.
it's not good. It's not good at all. It's you know it's
It's
not
very
Yeah,
good for children.
dangerous.
Very
yeah.
dangerous.
I
No, say you moving to Montana with the boys?
No, no. Well, first of all, it's kind of funny that the the state with the least population is the first one to
That was
do
the
it.
only
So
thing, right? That was the only thing I
yeah,
was thinking
that
too,
is
because
the
I was
least
thinking like, how
populated
many
state.
like
Yeah,
Maybe that's why it was
easy to
the
do,
test
easy,
maybe,
easy
the
to
test
do.
model and the
maybe
test
so. But
model?
I think it's funny that ByteDance and TikTok America, which is they have a headquarters here as well. So I think it's really interesting that they're saying it's infringing on First Amendment rights. What I would say is when China allows TikTok to be in their country,
Mm-hmm.
then talk about First Amendment rights. Don't sit here and block it from your citizens and then complain here when someone does the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jake Kavasi
Yeah.
is funny. We have Beethoven at home. Lily, what say you before we go into our topic?
I really don't have much to add. I totally agree with it. I think the app is dangerous on so many levels, not just for children, but for adults as well. I mean, that whole short form addictive content type of situation is so detrimental to your attention span and just the way you consume information and consume content. It's like literally frying the brains of our children. Like, and someone was asking me about, and I said this a couple times on the show about us going to war with China. I'm like, well, we're already at war with China. They have
Facts.
single-handedly ruined an entire generation of children. So I was like, if you think that a war is just boots on the ground in 2023, you are sadly mistaken. There's so many ways to fight a war, and this is the smartest way to fight a war. I'm
A
like, if
lot
you
cheaper
destroy
too. A
the
lot
youth,
cheaper.
and a
Yeah.
lot cheaper and safer. So I'm like, I see what they did there.
Yeah.
It was genius.
Mm-hmm.
It's third
Like
generational warfare.
Yes.
yeah, it's like I said before, we're all living in this in real time. But again, I'd like to see in 20, 30, 40, 50 years when they start studying the brains of these humans that were on TikTok and social media, how it's going to affect Alzheimer's, dementia, things like that. We don't know what these apps are doing to our brains, but I'm telling you, 40, 50 years, they're going to start crack opening skulls and they're going to be like, look at this part of the brain. It suffered from blah, blah. Look at this. We're all going to have CTE in a minute or some sort of early onset dementia. Maybe we may see Alzheimer's in people as young as 20 and 30. We do not know what's happening, but China knows what's happening, right? So
Oh,
go
facts.
ahead, Montana. Hopefully this will spread. Let's see what happens. But you know, America's very much a cut off their nose to spite their face. So they may fight it. You know what I mean? Because they like their citizens sick. America likes us sick.
Facts.
Yes, very
Okay.
Big facts.
much so. And the other
Mm.
thing I wanted to add, so you got to realize that these governments spend untold amounts of money on human psychology. So it's nothing's an accident or mistake. They know exactly what they're doing.
Right.
So I'm like you said, China knows,
Right.
the effects. And I wouldn't be surprised if, like you said, our country knew. But if they
Oh,
can,
they
Absolutely.
know. Oh, they know.
yeah. But if they're profiting from it, then they really don't care. So
They don't.
Right. They don't. I mean, they don't care about the food or anything else, or cigarettes, or it's like, hey, everybody gets sick. Stay good and sick. It's
They
a vicious
profit from
cycle.
sickness. They
Yeah.
profit from sickness. So,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, unfortunately, that's what it is. That's what we're dealing with. You know what I mean? Corporate
Harumi Ida
welfare.
says, "Why are you blaming China for America's dysfunction? Is that what we're doing? Is that what
No,
we
we
did?
blaming China. Who's blaming China?
I don't know.
So I'll listen.
All we said was China knew what they were doing when they created the app.
It's
Right.
not blaming China
That's all.
for America's dysfunction. America has enough
Yeah.
problems on its own. It's blaming China for the addition of things they're doing, and they're not, and it's plain to see. As I said, they're not letting their own country have TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think there's anything wrong complaining about what China's doing. I
We
think
just
to
state
get the
facts.
word out and to stop it. I think Montana is a great first step. I'd like to see a national ban on it.
Yeah, and I don't blame China at all. I've always blamed this country for wanting sick citizens.
Right.
Anybody could throw anything at us. It's up to our country and borders to protect us, right?
Right.
So all right. So
has blame. And TikTok. They have blame.
yeah, okay. I agree. I will agree. So let's segue. Thank you so much for all those great opinions, guys. Let's segue to our topic tonight. Gabrielle Union, proud to be 50-50 in her marriage. I am going to play the interview. It's only like 2-3 minutes long, so everyone can hear from her own mouth, and I don't have to explain it. And then we'll dissect what she said, because this is opening up yet again the controversy of 50-50 in relationships. You guys know I have very strong opinions about that, but I am one woman. Everybody else thinks differently. So I'm going to play her interview, and you can hear what Gabby has to say. I love how Gabrielle Union keeps that family in the news and in the algorithm. You notice she's always popping off at the mouth, and she keeps Dwayne Wade right in those algos. So here she is again, keeping the family in the algorithms. Let's play it. We'll get back to the TikTok thing. Dan went off the block. You gotta ask sooner, love. All right, so let's play what Gabby said exactly. Put on your listening ears so you can hear what she said. Thank you. Share screen. Watch your mics, guys. Can you see that? Can you see that?
Yes, I can see it. You just got the. Yeah, I can see it.
Mixed reactions on social media.
I work my butt off, but he, every day he gets up and delivers again and again and again.
The actress makes the confession on idea generation with Noah Callahan Bever.
At what point did you develop that first sense of security and that the work is coming and there isn't this sort of sense of the rug is going, could still be pulled out?
I struggle with that still, just because I think I just have more responsibilities, for my money. So I get nervous, like, oh God, that movie didn't open, well, what does that mean? Am I going to have enough to hold everybody up?
And that's when Gabrielle explains why bills are split evenly in their home.
I'm head of household because in this household, we split everything 50-50. But in the other households that each of us have to support, it puts there's always this like gorilla on your back that it is like, you better work, you better work. You gonna sleep in? Somebody might not eat.
Yeah, and the internet has some thoughts. One Twitter user writes, "Oh, how cute. They split their bills 50-50 like regular folks. I'm sure that really helps ease the anxiety of being a multi-millionaire workaholic." Another tweets, "This is so unnecessary. As an independent career woman, I don't have a problem with any woman who wants to support herself and contribute to paying bills. However, stop this portrayal as if you're living paycheck to paycheck. It's not a good look when hubby's got mega bank." Well, Gabrielle seemingly responding to the backlash with this video.
I am on to see my husband. I'm happy to see my husband.
Writing in the caption, "I love when he matches my energy. 50-50 over here."
He motivates me. He has like every day I feel like I wake up and he's got a new deal on the table. So it makes me go, okay, let's keep working. Let's keep striving.
The two have each found multi-millionaire success on their own. Dwayne, who retired from the NBA in 2019, earned close to $200 million over his career. Meanwhile, Gabrielle's been acting since 1993, starring in big films over the years.
I got the job in Neversoft, Chris.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, that's cool.
And on top of that, she's a businesswoman, real estate investor, and author.
It's all about perseverance and putting your family first and loving every member of your family equally and out loud.
And their family's why the couple strive for the best when it comes to their work and businesses.
We have opportunities in life, and you try to pick the ones that's best for you and, hopefully for your family, as we try to grow this thing called generational wealth, right? And so, I'm just trying to do my part in doing that. And this one right here does her part. And there we go.
Interesting, interesting,
Very.
interesting. I want to say what I found interesting was how they mentioned Dwayne Wade's net worth, said he made over $200 million over his career. And then when they passed it to her, they was like, she's worked in some big movies.
Yeah,
I found that
they
interesting.
they
I
slid
did
right
too.
over that one.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they
Okay.
glid. They were like,
Yeah, they were like, let's just move around here. Let's not talk about what her net worth was prior to meeting this man, right?
that's
Um,
very interesting.
so very interesting. What I found interesting is I'll say this and then I'll pass the mic. What she spoke about is very common amongst people who didn't come from money. Right? They go from nothing to millions and millions of dollars, stardom and fame. And there's always that chip in the back of their brain where it's like, let me hold on to this money because I know what it's like not to have money. We've heard Will Smith say that, you know what I mean? He still buys canned food. And he was during an interview with Oprah, like, who the hell still buys canned food? He's like, you never know. You never know what's going to happen. He's another man who's worth nine figures, right? So you kind of never lose that thing. So I understand where she's coming from. I don't so much get the dynamic of that marriage, but I'm going to pause right there so I don't hog the mic and I'll circle back around. Lily, we can start with you. What do you think so far?
Yeah, yeah. I'm 50-50 on this particular
Okay.
um tonight on this 50-50 topic. Um, Typically I'm pretty clear about it, but then it was
Mm-hmm.
somebody in the chat this and this they were saying what I was thinking. I think it was Jade. It was like they have some dynamics that we're not privy to. But let's just go off
Mm-hmm.
what we are privy to. Let's just go off of that, so that he's worth, some millions, right?
200
And
million,
then
right?
she's 200 million, and then she's made a lot of movies and a few commercials,
Correct.
and a few commercials.
Right.
But then the
BET
other
still
thing that
spit.
happened, yes, and Lifetime movies and all that good stuff.
There you
So
go.
another thing that happens to a lot of us that come from nothing that end up becoming wealthy and visible is the
Hmm.
family, right? The family. And we talked a little bit about this yesterday with the basketball player, how they start to depend on you, right? And depending on where you're at in your life and knowing boundaries and what is your responsibility and what's not your responsibility and all of those different things. I don't see, that's the part I don't know what it looks like, because what I do know is that they're both taking care of multiple families outside of their immediate family that they live in, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
But that, so all four of us, right? Let's just say all four of us were in their position of wealth and we were
Hmm.
taking care of people, and we say we're responsible for other people, right? Well, that can look
Hmm.
different for you than it looks for me, than it looks for
Hmm.
no thing, right?
Hmm.
Jen, you and I, we've been around plenty of celebrities, plenty of people with money. We've seen how different people handle it, right? There's some celebrities that might buy mom a house and say, Mom, here's your house, here's your allowance. Once that's out, I don't know what to tell you. Then you got the ones who pay for everything. Then you
Yep.
got the ones who pay for nothing. So I don't know how much they're allowing their loved ones to bleed them, right? And how much debt they're taking on.
Hmm.
Um, so, but at the same time, I'm saying that to try to give Gabrielle the benefit of the doubt, but at the
Hmm.
same time, it's like 50-50 when he's making so much more
Right.
and she's nowhere near close to that. That still doesn't sit well with me. Am I saying like he should pay 100%? I'm not going that far because, like I said, I don't know the dynamics.
Hmm.
But dang, like I don't know if I really get that. But then I'm gonna tell you another thing. There's a piece of
Hmm.
me that feels like she's the one that wanted that. Like she gives me that strong-headed, strong, like, no, we're
Hmm.
gonna go happen, we're gonna go 50-50 because I don't want nothing, nobody to have anything held over my head. I don't want Like she kind of gives me that. That's just me speculating.
All right,
Like I wouldn't
speculate.
be surprised if she was the one that initiated 50-50 for her own personal reasons.
Hmm,
And I'll pass the
hmm,
mic.
hmm. Okay, we're passing the mic. Please hit that like and subscribe. Hit the like button, people. You know what it is here already. Okay, that's how you pay your little toll. If you're not gonna super chat me, I prefer super chat, but hit the like. We got double the people watching per usual and half the likes. Okay, show some love. Take a little finger. Hit that like. Passing the mic. Snap. Now that you've heard the interview, what say you?
Well, it just depends. Like she said, we don't know the dynamics of their relationship, right? But I will say this: if she is one of those aggressive women,
Mm-hmm.
I would probably insist on her putting in 50%
Oh.
because if I go 100, you got to fall under my leadership.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like if I'm paying 100%, there has to be a level of trust there because now I'm taking care, which I wouldn't have a problem with that. You know, if a woman wants to follow in my leadership, I have no problem with doing 100%. As a matter of fact, that's what I'm doing with my wife right now.
Nice.
But if yeah, because she ain't worth the 13 years, and I take care of everything. But she does her job. She does her part. She's not lazy. She's a mother of six, and it's a hell
Oh,
of a job. So I respect that.
right.
And but what I get from Gabby is what's your name? I forgot your
Lily.
name.
Lily.
Lee,
Lily.
Lee,
What
Lee.
I thought it was Lily. What Lily said, I think she might have insisted, or her attitude might have brought that on. Like, oh, I'm independent. Like you said, maybe there's that fear of lacking, fear of everything falling from underneath her, and maybe him leaving her or something like that. When you have that attitude, there is a lack of trust there. And
Mm.
when you lack that trust, I can see that working. You know what I mean? But if she wants to contribute, she can contribute. But I'm not going to insist on a 50-50 relationship in terms of economically. You know, economically, I don't agree with that. So it's like this for me. If is she really doing 50-50? That's my question.
That's a
You
good
know,
question.
we just going by what she's saying. We ain't heard what he say, what he has said about it. And from what I've seen, uh, in regards to their body language when they're around each other, how they are when they're out in public, it seems like she's more of the leader in that relationship. You know,
Hmm.
um, in my mind, and I'm not gonna get into the child. I'm not even gonna go there. But it seems like she's facilitating a lot of stuff, and I'm like, man, you know, I would if I were in it with someone like Gabrielle Union,
Mm-hmm.
who makes her own money, and maybe she comes off as like headstrong and you know uh, wants to compete for leadership. I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna be like, okay, go ahead. That's if I want to be with her. I'm the type of cat. I'm like, nah, I'm good on you. You can go ahead and go somewhere else with that. I don't have time to compete with my wife or compete with my woman or deal with her. You know what I mean? You know how some people or handle her. You know how some women are like, oh, he can't handle me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're right. I can't. I'm gonna keep it moving. You know what I'm
You're
saying?
right. You're right. Okay.
You know. So I'm like, nah, I can see that work for them because that guy's a little soft to me. You know,
Oh.
he
Oh.
plays some mean basketball, but when I mean soft, I mean I don't want to say beta. I hate that word, beta, alpha, all that crap.
Right.
What I'm gonna say is
Just less
he's more
aggressive than
less
less
aggressive. He
aggressive than
might,
she is.
yeah, he might be. They might work perfectly together like that because maybe he needs somebody like that. Maybe he was. I don't know how he was raised by a single. I don't know. I'm not going to assume. You know, like some people like to assume, oh, you must have a single mother or something like that. No, I'm not going to do that. But it might work for them for her to be
Mm-hmm.
more in the leadership role, and for him to be like riding a wave or going with the flow. So that's how I see it. You know, uh, but 50-50 wouldn't work for me. if I made that much more money
Mhm.
than her. I would say, look, you have financial insecurity issues. Well, just stash your money over there. Invest all your money. I'll take care of this. You invest the money, put it in a business, family business, you know. But I'll take care of this. I don't want you. You know what I mean? That's how I would roll with
Right.
it.
Okay. No Saint, what say you?
First of all, I want to say I'm fascinated that the old movies you used to watch like in the 50s, 60s, even 70s, and in the back when somebody's driving, it looks really phony in the background with all the cars.
Mm-hmm.
I'm finding out it really doesn't look phony because look at his screen and look at the stuff going on in the background. It looks like he's in one of those movies.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy, right?
With the cars going behind him and stuff. I'm like, oh my God, that's all right. All right. I got to give those.
I got a roll screen behind me.
Yes, yes. I was like, wow, they got it right. I thought it looked phony, but it actually looks realistic.
Mhm.
Some looks better than others, though.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. But I
Yeah.
mean, the way it's shaking looks like a Seinfeld or something with the stuff going. Yeah. But so yeah, I agree with I don't see his name.
Snap.
Snap.
I agree with Snap on what he was saying too. Like we don't know what the 50-50 is. Like, for instance, is it 50%? Like I think 50-50 when the income differential is that much, it's got to be based in percentage. It can't just be straight up 50-50. Like, because sometimes Erica will say, "Oh, let's go 50-50." It's never 50-50. I'm I'm making so much more money than her. I've got to put in more on everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
50-50, it wouldn't happen. But also, I think, Jen, you were making a good point. Like the trauma that people suffer from being poor. You can even look back in the Great Depression, and those old people would be saving every single dime because they didn't know if that money was going to be around. And like, Grandma, the Great Depression's over. You can you can buy that loaf of bread that's fresh. You don't have to go to the day old.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Right.
so yeah. So I don't know what her 50-50 is. But yeah, it's also is what everybody, I think a few people are saying here. Like I'll bring it back to, again, what happened in with Erica, and her family growing up, as poor as they were. Money meant decision making. Money meant you had a say at the table. So
Mm-hmm.
it was really, that was one of the things that was really culturally caused problems, because at the time when she wasn't working, and I'm very controlling with money. I'm pretty good with it, and I'm very so I was making the money and I was making the decisions because I knew what all was, I knew.
Hence your little message in the group chat, like
Yes,
you a
yes.
froggy,
Yes,
a little
yes.
froggy with us.
Exactly. So I know, like, and I like keeping. That's one thing in life that I like having control over. That's and good or bad, and she took that, and it would cause arguments because she never had a say. If she didn't, like, her mom basically told her, if you're not bringing in the money, you don't have no say. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was an interesting. She had an interesting childhood, but so some people, it is like that. It's like, I want to pay so I can have some kind of say in the conversation. So yeah, it's interesting.
So there's no way for us to prove this statement or qualify this statement or validate the statement. However, damn one off the block says Gabrielle is my first cousin, and she does take care of her immediate family, like her mother, father, and sisters. They do go pretty much 50-50. And yeah, it's because of Gabrielle. Again, what I mean? We don't know damn one off the block from a can of paint. This is what he's saying. So if we are to believe this, he's saying, yes, she is the dominant personality. Respectfully, damn the one. We don't know. You were just saying, I'm just reading your comments here. But I will say that it does sound a little silly to me for her to say 50-50, because the man is worth 200 million, and he's in a position, she said herself, that he inspires her because every day he's making a new deal somewhere. which is something
Right.
she's not able to do. Like Dwayne Wade is always going to be able to wake up and call, you know what I mean, some sort of a drink company, a apparel company, a clothes company, a sports company, and keep millions and millions of dollars coming in. So I would think her as being the doting, I guess, with the nannies included, being the doting wife and mother, I would think that he would say, hey, save your chips for X, Y, and Z. Do what you want to do with your businesses or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. You ain't never going to make the money I'm making. That's okay, baby. I love you. But this 50-50 thing, we don't really need it. Plus, I mean, I understand you want to give me a birthday gift and Father's Day gift and shit like that. Of course, use your money. But, you know, you are also taking care of your family. So
Mm-hmm.
her money is getting split more than 50 if she's taking care of
Right.
her family and putting the 50 into the Wade household, which to me, I don't know, maybe Dwayne Wade thinks her money is cute, but I'm like, if I'm worth 200 million and you're going, and
That's a funny word for it.
yeah, it's like,
And so,
it's like, we're
Hey, look at the cute little, look at the cute little bank account.
right, exactly. I'm worth 200 million. You want to pay half a dinner? I'm gonna think it's cute, but I'm like, come on, babe. All right, fine, you pay. Ooh, you take care of us
and
tonight.
that's what makes me think it was her that said, "No, I'm going to pay." I just maybe to make her feel better. Which okay, I get it. I get it. We all have our
Maybe she's a
own
control freak.
things surrounding money and own traumas and own. We all have our things.
She just could be a control freak. Right, like you
Um,
said, like
well,
it gives her a
speaking
sense of control.
right, speaking on the control freak issue, we have. I mean, Gabrielle Union is no wallflower. She's no dainty little tulip. She's gone viral many times for yelling, you know, at courtside seats and saying some off the cuff shit on Twitter. So she's no wilting, you know, no wilting lily. So I wouldn't be surprised that in that marriage she's like, well, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. I just think in this particular situation, it would work against her, and she should save her chips in case Dwayne ever wants to wake up and do what ball players do, trade her in for a younger model. I would keep her money. I would keep her money if I were her. Just my
She need
opinion.
she needs to
Hey,
call
hey
Shawnee
guys,
O'Neal.
You out, Snap. Snap is out.
Just like
Everyone's
that.
freezing tonight.
Yeah, we all reason.
Oh, there he is.
it's nice meeting you guys.
Okay, thank you for
Uh,
coming by. Pull up again
J-
anytime.
Jen, you're very pleasant. Let me tell you
Thank
that
you.
right now. You are very pleasant. You be going hard in the paint in them shorts. I see your shorts. You be going hard in the paint. I'm like, man, but you're very pleasant.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Very, very beautiful and pleasant and nice and very feminine. You know, and
Thank
nice.
you.
Lily, you as well. Nice to meet you,
Thank you so
young man.
much.
Peace, man.
I'll see you
Nice to
guys.
meet you.
I'll see you guys again some other time.
All right,
All
thank
right,
you.
Snap.
Likewise.
Peace out.
Peace out. Take that, Mr. Justin. Mr. I'm 8 on the masculinity. Take that. I bake pies, bitch.
Right.
All right, guys. So that was Snap had some great feedback. I love this feedback. Hopefully he will come back.
New diamonds going in too. That's funny.
Of course. Dan One Off the Block says she was married previously to a football player and the finances was an issue. That's right. Didn't she say about her ex-husband? She was taking care of him or whatever. So maybe she's
Hmm.
used to kind of like, you know what I mean? That wearing the pants thing. And Dwayne Wade is probably because I'm thinking she has, again, the more aggressive personality. And I think it's a good guess because we've seen Gabrielle Union carry on. This is not like we're talking about like Vanessa Bryant or you know what I mean.
Right.
We've seen Gabby carry on, so it's safe to say she's probably the more dominant person in that marriage with Dwayne Wade. So you know what I mean. Maybe she's used to that. Like, I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z, and Dwayne Wade is probably like, okay,
All right. If it makes you
all
feel
right,
good, if that's what you got to do, boo.
right, you know. Um,
But then like sometimes when someone has been financially abused, they'll do that as well. Like if she was in a previous marriage and the person financially abused her,
mhm,
then that makes sense too. So that's what I'm saying. There's so many factors that we're not privy to
mhm.
that it shouldn't be this big argumentative like debate that we're seeing online, because this is not the typical 50-50 conversation. Like, this is a whole
Right.
different tax bracket. There's a lot of different factors, because in that tax bracket you are responsible for a lot of different people, and
Right.
this is a lot going on. So yeah.
Yeah, New Diamond said all women want control. Not I, ma'am. The only time I've wanted and had no choice but to take control was with men that were just not up to how
Snuff.
can yeah. They just weren't and I had to I didn't want control. I don't like control, and my your attractiveness just starts fading once I'm in control. Just to keep it 100. Once I'm
No.
in control, I'm like, oh, you're a child. Okay, yeah, well, I'm not adopting. So I don't know how far we're going to get here. Yeah.
Yeah, that is such a turn off for me, especially with us, then, because we have to be in this business world,
Mhm.
and we have to put on pants to be in the business world. When we come home, we want to be soft. It's like we don't want to be in control.
I mean, it's no different than those men that go, go pay for a dominatrix. And who are they mostly? CEOs, stockbrokers, attorneys. They're dudes that are in charge all fucking day, and they're tired of being in charge. So it's like I don't want to fucking be in charge. And the times I have been were just the most horrible moments in relationships for me, to be quite honest. I didn't think there was nothing sexy about it. Nothing sexy about it. But to go back to your point, Lily, it's such it creates such vitriol amongst regular folk, because they start living vicariously through these situations, and 50-50 has become a cuss word. Okay, 50-50 amongst the gender wars has become a cuss word. Okay, I am not a 50-50 girl. If I am 50-50, then you are my roommate. I don't have to do anything for you that falls under the feminine umbrella. And if I do it, it's when I feel like it, because I feel like it. And it has nothing to do with me catering to you or being subservient or submissive. It's going to be when it comes out the side of my neck. And that's something that you're just going to have to deal with as a 50-50 person. I like being in my full feminine. I like being pleasant. I like being a homemaker. So in order for me to be that 100%, I have to be with 100% provider. Now, with that said, yeah, I'll do 50-50, but you're not going to get that because I got other shit to do, so I can provide that 50-50. So the dynamics change.
Well, again, that's what I said. It's like, as far as I'm concerned, I would never require anybody to do 50-50, but I do think that some women being able, like for me, for instance, like she works, and I say I don't see any of it. I really don't. I don't require any of it, but it does trickle down because she buys things for herself that normally I would be buying. You know what I mean? So on her own, like I don't say, hey, go get your $500 worth of makeup a month. She goes and does that or not, whatever it costs. It's expensive. So I think I think it trickles into, but I don't, like I said, I think some women like having that, where they have their own money and they can spend it, but it's not a requirement. That's all I'm saying. It's not like I require anybody to pay anything.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder if he's like that too. Like, does he require her to pay 50-50? I mean, like the cousin,
I doubt
the quote
it.
unquote cousin, or does she want to make money so she
No,
has some self?
he said that.
Because
he
money.
answered that.
Okay, because money.
He said it was her.
Okay, yeah, because money, being able to make your own money, and it does give you a sense of satisfaction to be able to go do things on your own. So I think that's probably what it's about.
Like I'm completely in my at my most feminine when I can make my own money, pocket that money, and spend your money.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I'm in my most feminine. Like when I make my own money, pocket my money, and spend your money. And my money it's cute money. It's miscellaneous money. It's, hey, I'm buying tickets for this, or I'm paying for the vacation, or I'm paying for the new wardrobe because baby, your wardrobe is like, you know what I mean? My money should be fun and cute and miscellaneous, right? It's like, oh, we need like new furniture. I don't like that table anymore. Like that's what my money is for. It's cute money. I don't like these fixtures anymore. I would like a fancier faucet. My money is cute money. It's not, I don't want my money to be survival money. I don't want my money to be, if I don't put in this 50-50, we'll get evicted or lose the home, or we can't pay electricity. I don't want my money to ever be needed in that way, fashion, or form. My money is cute. My money is like, I don't like this faucet anymore. I want a brass one. My money is cute. It's not survival money. I don't like living like that. I've done it, been there, done that, got the t-shirt.
Right.
Not good.
I've lived both ways, and I'm like you, Jen. This way is a lot better. And guess what? Not just better for me, better for him too. Because let me tell you, the last relationship I was in, who paid 100%, you can call him right now. He ain't hear a peep out of my ass. He'll tell you, I ain't never stressed his ass out. I had never stressed him out, you know. And it was a relationship that was perfect for the time that it was supposed to be. We both walked away, um, leaving each other in a better position than we found each other. But neither person stressed each other out because we both knew our role. I was able to be soft and feminine, and with my little cute money, he came in like, here's this sweatshirt I got for you. And he's like, oh, that's so
Right.
cute. Because it's just like, dang, like he's he's really handling business. I can at least get the man a sweatshirt. But
Right.
not just a sweatshirt though, but it was a lot of things that he will tell you out of his own mouth how he benefited. We both benefited. So that's just where I'm at. And the other part of that is that I can provide my lifestyle. The lifestyle that I live, I provided. I
Mhm.
do that, right?
Mhm.
And so if someone's going to come into the fold,
Mhm.
like, I mean, come on now, I'm already doing this. Like, so
Mhm.
don't bring stress,
And a
bring
whole
something
body.
that's
And a
in
whole
the whole
body. I gotta worry
body,
about it.
all of that. Like, I'm good. Like, I'm good, good.
If you want,
So good.
gentlemen, if you want a woman to be in her most feminine, her most agreeable, her most pleasant, her most happy, got it. You have to do the three things. You have to make her feel safe. You have to make her feel provided for, and you have to make her feel beautiful. You have
Oh,
to make her feel
that's the funny part.
safe. You have to make
The
her feel
safe part,
provided
Jen.
for, and you have to make her
One
feel
day
beautiful. Huh? Huh?
I'll show you how many locks. I'm gonna show you how many locks he put on the doors. Like he put a new lock on the door every week. He was like, "Yeah, I just want to make sure you're safe." I'm like, "I think there's like 20 doors on each lock. I think I feel pretty safe."
Oh my God. Yeah, you got it. You got to do those three things. You got to. Oh, where are we? Where are we? The chat is spicy. I see y'all going in with Funk Empress. Funk Empress got some heat for you. You know this. Yeah, y'all mess with her if you like. Um,
Right.
Okay, Dan One is still insisting he is first cousins with Gabby. He says that's on you. She is my first cousin, and Saweetie is my second cousin. Saweetie's grandmother, Gabrielle's mother, and my father are all siblings. Well, look at you with the star-studded family.
Who is
Well,
Sweeties?
she's a rapper, and I
Oh,
use that
okay.
term loosely. Um,
She's more like a model.
yeah, the Instagram celebrity, right? An Instagram celebrity, I would
Hmm.
say. Uh, yeah, well, yeah, Jay Cavassier burning the candle at both ends, running herself ragged. Yeah, she sounded. What was interesting about that interview I found too is that she sounded to me like the average working mother. Now here's the issue I have with that. What is the point of marrying well, becoming famous, becoming wealthy via a husband, and still talk like you're the average lady who has to go to the PTA and raise the kids and work the job? Like that to me is a crazy life, to go through all of that, reach that fame, stardom, marry the wealthy husband, and then that's crazy to me. What is the point? But that's just my opinion.
It's just as crazy to me too. I don't get it. I'm not with
Mm-hmm.
her on that one, but
Mm-hmm.
she has her reasons, and hey, if it's working for her, then child, go right on ahead. But it don't make sense for me either.
Mm-hmm. Um, try to keep your questions. Try to keep your questions to the topic at hand. If you want to reach out to people individually, send them a super chat or a cash app, and then you can talk to them. Okay. All right. Otherwise, you'll just get blocked. And who wants to get blocked from the
I
block?
know.
Who wants to get blocked from the block? The block is the place to be.
Right,
Um,
especially when you're obsessed. I mean, you definitely want to be here, clearly, so don't get
yeah.
blocked.
And then you got to watch it without being able to comment. It's some people watching right now because I put it on subscribers only. So that idiot literally subscribed just to say that. I put it on subscribers only for a minute, and there's some people that can't let their pride, they can't put their pride aside, and they're not gonna hit that subscribe to talk. They're not gonna
Nope.
hit that. So they're like, I want to say something, but I can't do it. I can't. You know what I mean? And fuck you and your pride. You got to be a subscriber to say some shit. And if you're gonna subscribe just to say some stupid shit, get therapy. Get
Right.
therapy.
Clearly something's going on with them.
I
So
mean, to literally subscribe and wait, because you got to wait after you subscribe. You got to wait a few minutes in order to say something. To literally, I'm gonna subscribe just so I could, or the other way around. I'm not gonna subscribe. I want to say something, but I'm not gonna subscribe. Sucks to be you, baby. Get a hobby. Get a hobby. Whew.
it's a lot of energy.
Exactly, David Dillon. Clowns stay clowning. Because I'm like, come on. Lurkers hate watching. Yeah, there'll be a lot of people hate watching on this. That's why I usually have like double the watchers and half the likes. It's okay. Come learn, baby. Come learn. You matter too.
They be
The clowns
trying.
matter too.
No.
They matter too. They matter too. It's funny. I know Snap didn't want to get into it, but I know Gabrielle Union has also been blamed for Zaya Wade. If you guys know, Zaya Wade is Dwayne Wade's biological transgender daughter, not Gabby's daughter. And you guys know that they went through court and had that battle with Zaya Wade's biological mother. And then Dwayne Wade won because Zaya Wade wanted to change her gender legally and her name. And her mom was trying to stop, which I did agree with her mother. I did agree that she should have waited to the age of 18. So I was on mom's side for that. I think 18, you know what I mean? You're a little more, not the most mature, but at least you know what I mean, a little older than Zaya
Yeah.
Wade's age. So I was with her on that. I'm like, just wait to 18. Just everybody calm down. Everybody
Right.
relax. Everybody calm down. There's no rush. There's
It's
no
no
rush. It's not
rush.
gonna
It's
change.
no rush.
Right. It's not gonna change how you feel, who you are, how you dress. It's not gonna change any of that. So everybody calm down. But there was a rush to do it on Zaya Wade's part. Dwayne Wade was fighting for it. He got it done. And Gabby is very much a champion of Zaya, you know what I mean, post Zaya a lot, things like that. So they were kind of people that were anti, I'm not going to say exactly anti LGBTQ, because sometimes you can disagree with something and not be anti the whole thing, right? So both sides, people that were completely anti LGBTQ and people that were just anti her doing it before 18 blamed Gabrielle Union for the entire thing. They were like, the reason why this little girl wants to do X, Y, and Z is because Gabrielle Union is basically using her. And Lily, you and I spoke about this before, where there's certain celebrities that wear their LGBTQ community kids as accessories, right? And they let the world know. And then back in the day, we never knew about celebrity kids. We barely knew their name unless they were in the business as well. Unless they were like, it was trickling down and it's like such and such is acting now. We didn't really know about celebrity kids the way we know about them now. Like, Kim Kardashian has North everywhere, front and center.
With a face full of makeup at 9 years old.
Yeah, 9 years old. You know what I mean? Front and center. Zaya Wade is everywhere. And we see, Jennifer Lopez is introducing her daughter as they and them. So it's like celebrities. It's like LGBT kids are the new handbag. It's like, do you have one? I have
Right.
one. I have two. How many did you get?
So
You know what I mean? I'm starting to notice that with celebrities. So a lot of people blamed Gabrielle Union for Zaya Wade. What do you guys think about that?
I wouldn't go as far as to blame Gabrielle Union. I can
Mm-hmm.
see how people arrive to that conclusion because to a lot of people, she's not the most likable. So
Mm-hmm.
it's just like when you're not likable, people just want to be mad at you, right? And just
They
like,
tack everything on. They put that shit there too
yeah,
on that plate.
right. Inflation, Gabrielle Union, you know?
Mhm.
So I think that's what it is. What I will say though, I will say that I feel like the flaunting and the monetization of her, I wouldn't even put it just on Gabby,
Mhm.
but I would say I would think that Gabby probably has a bigger hand in that part. And then I think there's a piece of her that's probably wants that whole mother daughter experience type of situation. But this is my thing. Like I don't like these kids being pushed out in the forefront like this. It's hard enough being a teenager. We just were talking about at the beginning of the stream. So it's extra hard being a teenager in today's society. Then you tack
Mhm.
on the fact that you're a teenager of celebrity parents. And so now you have to grow up in front of the world. You have to grow up
Mhm.
transgender in front of the world.
Mhm.
And it's just, why would you invite that to your child? Because we wouldn't have
I
known
agree.
that. We
I
wouldn't have
agree.
probably, more than likely, wouldn't have known that otherwise. And I just feel like using Zaire as a either a accessory or some type of poster child for transgender children is just a little irresponsible, in my
Hmm.
opinion.
Hmm. And just so people know, she was only 14 when the judge allowed her to. She just turned 15. Not even. She's still 14. I'm sorry. She's still 14. She'll be 15 very, very soon. This month, actually. She'll be 15 this month. So she's still 14. No, I'm sorry. She's 15. She'll be 16. So she was 15 when the judge allowed her to change her gender and her name legally. She's 15. She'll be 16 at the end of this month. To answer this question very simply, Jay Cavassier says, how did the biological mother lose that? You would think the biological mother would win a case like that. However, Dwayne Wade has the bigger attorneys, right? And in court, the bigger attorneys usually win. More money, better options. So I'm assuming that is how she lost that case, because if they were both if they were from the
Hmm.
South Bronx, okay,
Yep.
the mother would have won that case
Right.
easy if they were both from the South Boogie. But I'm sure Dwayne Wade's attorneys are much, much shinier than his ex.
Yeah.
Right?
I felt bad for the mother on that one. I
Yeah,
just,
so did I. It's fucked up because it's like you know what I mean? It's you'd be trying to climb a mountain fighting someone in court who's worth $200 million. The chances of you
yeah.
winning, I mean, you'd have to show this kid had bruises, and you know what I mean. There's no way she's not gonna beat $200 million fame, fortune, and favor in court against that man. Like, there's no way. Not happening.
Yeah. It's not.
Um,
It's just not.
yeah.
Now the cousin is saying not so much Gabrielle or Dwayne, it was more their team, management, and publicists. But who has to approve that, cousin?
Right. So it's like the Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade have no say over their management and publicist. They are hired by them. Yeah.
He said the feeling was to embrace it and get out in front of it. Get out in front of what? Like Jen said, we wouldn't. There's okay. There's
Yeah.
celebrity children that we don't know their names. If they walk past us on the street, we wouldn't know who they were.
Hmm.
And the reason why is because they keep their children out of the way. For instance, there's people with special needs children,
Mm-hmm.
and because they know the world is cruel, they keep those children out of the way, right? So we
Yeah.
might see all of their other children, but we won't see that particular child just to save them from all the cruelty of the world. So this could have been one of those situations, but I just think with a lot of, I would say celebrities, but now we're just seeing regular people. It's a even level
Mm-hmm.
playing field. That
Mm-hmm.
attention, because I mean, look at you mentioned at the beginning of the show. Look at how Gabrielle handles the situation. She is like the publicist at this point,
Mm-hmm.
and
Right.
I think
Right.
that's another reason why people might feel that way because seems like she's so in front of it and the face of it and the talking piece of it, and it
I'm
does
actually
start to
shocked
kind of.
that I'm actually shocked that they even have a publicist as big as her mouth is. And, she's always getting caught, saying things and being reeled back in. I'm surprised that they even have a publicist. Check the private chat, guys. But I do agree with David Dillon in the era that we're in. David Dillon says our blog sites are so messy. I don't see any way they could have kept it private in this era, which is true. They would have dug up Dwayne Wade's transgender daughter. I do agree with that. They would have definitely dug her up.
Because he's a sports player too, so it's salacious.
Yes, they would have. They would have dug her up just the same way when they. What was her name? The actress, the fuck, the white actress.
Hmm.
She's from South Africa. She did
Oh,
Monster.
Charlize Theron.
Okay, Charlize
Charlize
Theron.
Theron.
Right. Like she adopted two black children. And one of them was dressed like a little girl at a very, very early age. We're talking about 4 or 5 years old. Oh, No Saint is out of here. We're out of here too, No Saint. Okay.
Oh.
Woo!
It's like, let me go save somebody. Let me go save a cat or a
Right.
house or something.
Don't ever forget, No Saint is our resident fireman. So when an emergency calls, emergency calls. Yeah, Lily. So I do agree that there was no way they could have got around that. But Charlize Theron adopted two black children. One of them very, very early, 4 or 5 years old, was running around, in little girl clothes, and she was all over the tabloids, and the paparazzi was all up. So I do get what David Dillon said. There was no way they could have hid that. So they were probably like,
But
hey, let's, okay.
this is further proving my point. Do you see
Hmm.
Charlize Theron doing a hobo tour every five
No,
minutes?
no, no.
It it'll be pictures from the long lens camera catching the
Very
baby.
true.
But
Very
she's
true.
not parading and taking interviews and monetizing. Now I will say that Zaire is sickening.
Zaya, right?
Zaya,
Zaya.
sickening. Okay.
Hmm.
But so I'm very when it comes to models, I don't just throw that word out willy nilly. She has it as far as the
Hmm.
mug and all of that stuff. She's a looker. So hey, if that's what she wants to do and go into the industry and stuff
Right.
like that.
Dan went off the block, said that's not the way they wanted to do it. They wanted their children to get the bag and keep the wealth going. Kari says Charlize Theron is why I refused to be called African American. That's right. There's a lot of white folk running around calling themselves South African and shit like that.
Yeah.
That's another thing. This was an interesting topic. Definitely set the algos ablaze again because, like I said, that 50-50 number is a thorn in many, many people's side, and then people start talking like they're in that tax bracket. I personally think a Gabrielle Union is stupid to do that if she is going 50-50 with that man who's worth 9 figures, 200 million, and making deals every fucking day. But I don't see her as the, and this is my observation. You guys can disagree. The cousin can disagree. I don't really see her as a matriarch. I do see her as an opportunist. I watch her body language with these kids. It's very much look at me, kind of like the Kim Kardashian thing where the kid is the accessory. And I'm not just
Right.
talking about Zaya Wade. I'm talking about all the kids. Whenever she's in a scene, a video, or a picture with any of the children, she looks detached. She looks like,
Mhm.
okay, my designer gown is on, and yeah, the kid is over there somewhere. Same thing the Kardashians do. A lot of these celebrities just think differently. Face it. Like, yes, they have
Yeah.
problems like everybody else, but they think differently. You think differently in that tax bracket with that type of fame. It is natural. You are not a normal person, though you may have normal people problems. You are not the status
It's so
quo.
true.
So, and when I see those pictures of her, they are cringy, right? Especially if you're a nurturing person. There's a video in particular where she's with the youngest one and they're sitting by a piano, and the little girl looks like she's sitting with her nanny, and Gabrielle Union is her mother. But also, is there resentment in that marriage because Dwayne Wade went and had a baby on her, call it a break baby, right? Supposedly they were broken up already, which I doubt, but he went, had sex with someone else and brought a baby back, and they're raising that baby. So, it's interesting. The dynamic is interesting. Before anybody thinks we care, because people be like, "Why do you care?" We don't fucking care. We're just talking about a trending topic. We give a fuck about them, really.
Okay.
Right. Like, but it's an interesting topic because specifically because the 50-50 dynamic of it.
And that tax bracket. That's what makes it interesting.
Absolutely. Tova says 50-50 is bullshit. Get a man who provides or stay alone. Very simple. I'm not going 50-50 with my husband. That's just weird. Salute, Tova. I'm with you. I'm not doing it. I'd rather stay by myself. I'm not going to be struggling and fighting to bring money in and having to give you head. Sorry. One of them got to go. One of them got to go. Either you, the head,
Right.
or me. Not doing
Pick a
it. I'm
struggle.
just not.
Pick a
Pick a
struggle.
struggle. We're not picking all of them. Sorry. We're not
That's a
picking all of them.
lot, Jen. We've done it. We've done it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
I paid my
We've done
dues. I paid
it.
my dues. I paid my dues. I'm done with the projects. I'm good. Thanks.
Mm-mm.
Thanks.
Mm-mm.
All right. So I guess we're out of here, guys. We're finishing up early. Tomorrow is Friday. We're gonna get into those trash port bros tomorrow. So
No,
you're
wait.
really gonna want to hit that subscribe tomorrow.
Uh-uh.
Oh no?
It's
No?
Thursday. It's Thursday.
What? Tomorrow?
It's Thursday. Tomorrow. Yeah.
Tomorrow's Thursday.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so all
usually
right,
never know the
I see what you're
days,
saying.
but
I see what
yeah,
you're
yeah,
saying.
yeah.
Okay. Tomorrow's Thursday. Tomorrow's not Friday. Sorry, I'm either a day behind or a day ahead. Absolutely
Usually
right,
I
Lily.
am.
Thank you. Thank you. Tomorrow's Thursday, so it's even a better day for the Trash Port Bros, because Friday we like to keep it light before Block Talent Battle. So thank you for reminding me, Lily. Tomorrow's Thursday. We will get into the Trash Port Bros tomorrow. There's a new development in the Passport Bros / Trash Port Bros demographic. And when I tell you the grift is real and everybody's grifting, okay? Everybody's grifting. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. I have some video for you tomorrow. It's going to be very, very interesting. And I think it's going to get more and more dangerous for the trash port bros out there trying to go get that cheap ass, okay? So all you guys who think, not all trash port bros are the same. Some people found wives. My cousin found a wife in Colombia. They're still married. You guys can come on over too, okay? Rebut, contradict. You guys are welcome too. Okay. And we'll talk about a couple different things tomorrow, Thursday night. Lily, this was an interesting conversation. So glad to see Snap. I hope he comes back. We love seeing new faces on the block. Please hit that like and subscribe, people. Lily, what you got for the folks? Please, let's remind them about Block Talent Battle on Saturday.
Well, you took the words right out of my mouth, because that's what I was going to do, because some of you arrived a little bit late. So I will catch you up on the Block Talent Battle that is here every single Saturday, including this upcoming Saturday at 8 p.m. That's when we have our talent come out and perform. They can have any talent that is not going to get us banned and blocked from YouTube. They're going to compete for 2 minutes for $100 cash prize. And you our chat, our audience, you're going to be the one that is going to vote for our winner like you do every week. All right. So do not come looking for Jen and I to vote for you because we will be judging you instead. All right. That's what we're going to be doing. But we're going to be doing it in love or something like it. And something adjacent to love. And yeah, so that's what it is. And we love it. It's getting better every single week. We have a new winner to announce this upcoming Saturday, and we're gonna have some new performances and maybe some old friends come through.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yes, because one of the rules of Block Talent Battle is if you don't win this week, you may win next week if the talent isn't as good. The choice is yours. You can keep coming back till you win that $100. Thank you so much, Dan One Off the Block. We appreciated your family information. Please feel free to come back, and you're free to cam up as well and say it with your face. Thank you so much for that compliment. Don't forget Block Talent Battle every Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Lily, we are out of here. Let the people know where to find you once again.
You can find me at the letter Y, the letter B, the word limited. That's YB Limited on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and the ghetto TikTok. While we can still be on there. So come over there and see what we doing over there. Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. And if you want us to support the show, you're catching the replay Cash App On the Block with Jen. If you want to hit me for some business, On the Block with Jen at Gmail, and On the Block with Jen across all social media platforms. Good night. Be good. And if you can't be good, be careful. Hit that like and subscribe for Mama on the way out.